Democrat gun control proposals would hurt the poor and the minorities the most. It says it all right in the damn title. What's up, guys? Hurstys Garage Plus Guns here, and on today's video we're going to be talking about an important controversial topic here. Do you ever have that scenario where you're talking with your friends, some of your leftist friends or acquaintances or some random person, and they start going down this, oh yeah, gun control proposals and regulations? It only goes after those mass shooters and people like that. So yeah, it's awesome. It's not hurting anybody except those guys. Well, I'm here to say, no, that is not the case whatsoever. And I'll elaborate a little further on this as we dive a little deeper into this article. So let's get to it. All right, so right off the bat, I'm going to give you two things that you can bring up that will blow any of their arguments out of the water. And these are super important, so put your listening ears on here. According to this article from Bearing Arms, Democrats like to position themselves as the party of the poor and the minorities. Well, right off the bat there, that's not the case anymore. I'm as much as the Republican Party kind of pisses me off right now. Yeah, it's done a full 180, and the Democrats are definitely not for you and I anymore. They're for the parties of the elite. But anyway, they lash out at Republicans at every opportunity, claiming that the GOP cares nothing for the downtrodden and instead want to make the wealthy wealthier. Democrats, on the other hand, say they want to help the poor and oppressed unless it comes to guns. And that last statement is definitely true. But here we go. Here's the meat and potatoes. Number one, this is the best argument here. The poor and the minorities of this nation are most likely to be victims of a violent crime. The poor and minorities are more likely to be victims of violent crime. For many, that means they want to have a gun so they can defend themselves. For many, which is poor and minorities, that means that they want to have guns so they can defend themselves. Yes, right there. That's our right to defend ourselves. And blacks and Hispanics and white people, Asians, everybody wants to have the chance to defend themselves. That's our constitutional right as Americans. However, the Democrats running for president, like I said, this is an older argument, but the Democrats now, same thing, are advocating for policies that would hurt those poor and the minority voters the most. I agree. The truth is that every time we see, this is number two, the truth is that every time we see a gun control proposal pop up, it's always claimed to be about stopping the criminals. Ain't that the truth? That's all I hear. But all it does is stop the law-abiding citizens. Yes, bingo, ding, 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 ding. At most, many of these proposals seek to add additional expenses to the purchase of firearms. Bam, another great point. For a middle-class gun purchaser, an additional $100 expense for a license is annoying and burdensome, but probably doable. And that varies widely now because if you've seen some of my past videos, if you bought, like, say, an AR-15 and it has one of those stupid braces on there that goes on your arm and holds it a little more steady. So like maybe if you were disabled, you didn't have your hand because you came back from one of our wars and it's missing and you want to still be able to protect yourself and your family. Well, they're now trying to make it so you have to get a tax stamp, which is another $200, or basically get rid of your gun, or have a gun registry so you're put on some list so they know exactly who you are. But yeah, it's like that $200 tax stamp. They're trying to get more money out of you, basically, and that definitely would hurt a ton of people. It's $200, but in this climate of our inflation and everything, Jesus Christ, another $200 when you already purchased your gun legally. That is ridiculous. Anyway, it's delay them purchasing their gun, and the delay may prove fatal. Yeah, that is a huge thing. So, because let's say if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you have no money, you're in some crappy situation, some crappy place, like a lot of poor people are, or minorities, and you want to purchase a gun legally, and then you have to jump through all these hoops, and you have additional expenses on top of that. And not just the gun, but additional expenses for, like I said, this new gun proposal from the ATF. It's going to possibly delay you from getting that gun, not in the ATF one, but well, it could, if you want to buy your a brace on there. Yeah, it very well could, I guess. But yeah, that could delay you from getting your weapon. And there you go. You're a victim of violent crime, because the criminal is not going to wait and say, "Hey, I'll hold off just a little bit before, so you can get your gun, and we'll make it a fair fight." Where have you ever heard that? Never. Okay, so but realistically, it'll put off the purchase for a little while. Yes, when someone is very poor, that $100 may be a barrier that might as well be an insurmountable amount. Absolutely. A poor gun owner isn't buying an HK or similarly priced gun, which, yes, those are expensive as crap. They're going to buy a High Point, which, if you know anything about weapons, High Point is a gun manufacturer that is not necessarily known for its quality of arms per se. They are basically bottom of the barrel. I mean, I hate to say it, sorry, High Point, but yeah, that's just a reality. And that's yeah, these are $100 to $150 guns, which obviously now that, and nowadays it's a little higher than that. Even the cheapest guns are over that. But yeah, their point still stands. Requirements like this being proposed by people like, in this article, Booker, which, like I said, this was back in 2019, would add to the cost to these inexpensive firearms, placing them out of reach for certain individuals. As noted above, this will have a disproportionate impact on Black communities. Absolutely. And poor communities, and Hispanics and Asians, all that. The Democrats, don't care that poor people won't be able to, and Joe Biden won't be able to get guns for self-defense. They don't view self-defense as a thing in the first place. And that is definitely true also. They're so isolated and protected by professional bodyguards that they forget how most of us can't afford to outsource our protection. And bingo, I just said 3 more excellent points all in there. Poor people won't be able to get guns for self-defense, or minorities, because that's who this targets, these proposals. They don't view self-defense as a thing in the first place. And you can go back to them, I say leftists, in all up in arms, especially about the case Kyle Rittenhouse. Does that kind of ring a bell? And how they didn't think that him with his self-defense claims were valid. And I don't want to get into too much into that, so YouTube will probably take this down. But and then the last thing is that obviously poor people and minorities, and as well as me, an average citizen, we don't have the means to go out and get security to have them carry the guns to watch out for our protection. We're left all alone to do that for ourselves. So yeah, like I said, those are huge points there. If a poor person is too poor to do so, that's their problem, obviously. Yeah, and so for the rest of us, we should remember, or what we should remember is when they begin their rhetoric about helping the poor and downtrodden, when Democrats start that, ask them why they want to make it more difficult for the poor to have guns for personal defense. Somehow, I don't think that you'll be welcome in their presence after that. Okay, so like I said, this was from I guess them having their debates and stuff. But like I said, all those points are very valid and should be considered when you're talking about this topic to, like I said, somebody that is anti-gun on the left, Democrat. And I say those most likely, those are the people that are going to be on that train, because nowadays it seems like if you're a conservative, you kind of get why self-defense is and your 2A rights are important. So anyway, like I said, guys, this was just kind of a quick, well, not so much quick, but a video on the very important and controversial topic about gun control and the policies, who they're actually hurting, and give you some ammunition, so to speak, on how to go about talking and about this topic and the conversations that are definitely going to come up, and maybe who knows, persuading somebody from the other side to join reality and get on the train of, hey, these policies may not be the best for our society in general. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Have you had some of these conversations with friends? What have you said? What kind of topics and talking points did you bring up? Is there anything I missed? Which I'm sure there's plenty of things that I missed, but these were some of the biggest ones that I saw in this article, and I thought they did a good job of kind of breaking it down. So love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.